game. Don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
They begin with a run by Davis. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They go again with Davis. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Now this defense for the Ravens, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Returnable here for Davis. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Ravens, they'll take over. On 1st down, Fields. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now it's Fields. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Right back to Tony. He's got another one. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll try and run for it. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
And Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0. looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
On play action, Fields. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to take over here up near the 40. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
To the 43, 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Mon now off of play action. And his throw is incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Mon. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. offense set at the line for this next drive. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. We're scoreless after 1. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. To throw is Fields. Trying to lay one up deep. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Browns are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
The Browns drive about to get started as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM that always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Inside give to Davis, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Mon looks to throw. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, the game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the 2nd quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. No gain on the screen there at second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Now Fields. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be third and forever. Fields now to throw. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Ravens are an extra point away from evening this one up. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. takes it at the 7. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Davis, he'll try to run for it. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Here's Aaron Sipas now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Davis now to return it. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll try and run this one right up the gun. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Here's Fields. And this one is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
first down. They'll go to the ground attack. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 127 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Credit that sack to Travis Jones. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Mon. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Mon. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. That's pulled in at the 32. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
To throw again on second down. Fields. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, the first two drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it is really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They get this out quickly to the left side. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's taken on the 25. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. They go play action here. Mon. Well, Mon fumbles it. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Off the play fake, Mon. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sideline and in the huddle looking at each other.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Mon going to throw it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Second down and goal. Mon. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Touchdown, Browns! David Njoku with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 160 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. On the option left is Fields. Past the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness.
And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Ravens 24, Browns 14.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. The Browns on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 15. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
They snap it to Fields. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 41 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Browns 14. Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On the set.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Mond. Throwing left side. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. 35 yards. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 191 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On second down, they'll run it here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Back to throw. Fields. Man open. It's Tony. He's got it. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here's Fields. This throw take. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
Yeah, we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Second and 10, Mon. And that is taken in by Njoku. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Mon's throw pulled in by Schwartz. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Ready. 6, level.
Here's Mon. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's complete to Davis.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. They'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready?
He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Back to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like having there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Okay, ready?
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game.
Drill 52.
Mon throwing for it. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. He's at the 50. The 30. 10.
Well, I don't think it takes much to crawl into their mind, right, why they went for 2 there, even though they were unsuccessful. With this type of a lead, what they're worried about, right, and less than 10 seconds on the clock, what they're worried about is just giving up the touchdown.
Yeah, on the kickoff return.
Yeah, so you go for it here to try and ensure yourself. Now they've got to make sure they cover it, otherwise they could actually lose.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Baltimore, they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.